Hi guys, it's Drawala here. Today I'm going to be drawing a fun, summer, sunny kind of girl, but here's a catch, during winter time. So if you guys like fun challenges and stuff like this, be sure to subscribe for more fun content and ring the bell. Alright, let's get to it. So I started off this drawing a little bit different. If you're familiar with my channel, you'll notice most of the time I do my drawings in landscape form. So the paper is horizontal, but this time I chose to draw it in vertical form. I didn't really have a specific reason why. I just thought it would look better with the character. I really wanted to give a lot of room for her outfit. I really wanted to have some fun designing it. And the inspiration behind this girl and the reason why I was in the mood to draw summer even though it's winter time is just because I want to draw something happy and uplifting. I don't know what it is about the sun, but I just think it lifts everyone's mood. So I used some key things to really sell her outfit. I gave her this nice floppy sun hat, and even though it doesn't have it on it right now, I'm going to add some sunflowers to it later. And I gave her this little satchel or purse. She's also wearing some nice wedges, and the statement of the drawing is the sundress. My original plan was to make it a white dress, but as the drawing progressed, I thought it might look even more summer-esque if it was yellow. So I ended up making it yellow. Also, you notice on the top, I gave the dress some ruffles, and I put this little button down on the torso of the dress, along with some ruching details. And for her hair, I made it kind of curly, kind of like a beach wave vibe. I just thought it fit nicely with the theme of the drawing. I don't know, maybe she's at the beach and she's got some beach waves going on with this dress, and I don't know what it is, but it just all fits perfectly together. So, most of the time I just do line art from top to bottom, but this time I changed it up a little bit. I outlined everything on the outside with my thickest liner, and I don't know what kind, it just gives it a nice kind of put together look, and I really like that. It just makes it look a little bit more cartoony, like she's actually part of something. I don't know, I can't explain it, but it makes it look nice. And everything else, like her face and tiny details, I'll go in with my thinnest liner, and then things like the ruffles of her dress or her arms, anything else that isn't too detailed, I'll go in with a medium-sized liner. I've mentioned before in my other videos that my favorite liners are these ones from Prismacolor. I'll be sure to drop a picture in so that you guys can check it out if you'd like to. I've used them for a very long time, even before I got my Ohuhu and Winsor and Newton markers, and they've just been working very well. Okay, so now we're going to be moving on to the coloring. So I thought of that a little bit before because all artists know that contrast and, colors that work well together, it's important to really think about the colors before you actually put it onto the page. And I decided to make this girl tan because she was going to be wearing a light dress, and I thought a little bit of a darker skin tone would look more aesthetic in the picture. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Maybe she's at the beach and she's getting a nice tan, even though she already has a nice one going for her. And I really like it. Only thing is, when I draw someone with tan skin, I shade it with a brown. And for the blush, because I always add blush to everything, I use a little bit darker of a pink. Just because if I use a lighter pink, it won't show through the face. As you can see, I zoomed up here, that way you guys can get a real good scope of how I'm going about the face. I like to do a solid coat of just coloring everything, and then I shade, and then I'll quickly put on some blush, just because you have to make sure when you're putting on blush and shading, especially on the face, it's important to do it when the colors are still wet. That way you get a nice and even blend. And for her eyes, I decided to make them blue just to stand out. Blue like the ocean, just a real summer kind of look. And I'm really happy with it. It also contrasts with the more warmer colors for her skin and hair. So I really like that. Now we're moving on to the dress, and I don't know, it's just like this ray of sunshine. I really love it. I chose this light yellow color, and to shade it, I used a little bit more of an orangey yellow, and it turned out good. I don't shade too much. I only shade in the places where it's like a must. So where the arm is casting a shadow, or the pleats of the dress, I love drawing pleated dresses. It is definitely a guilty pleasure of mine, and I just love the way it looks when you shade in the pleats. I just think it looks so pretty and feminine. And I really like that about this picture. I just think this girl just looks so pretty. I'm really happy with the way the character's design came out. Okay, and now I'm just adding some finishing touches to the dress, and we should be moving on. So now I'm doing her hair. I decided to go for a dark hair. I was going back and forth. I'm like, should I give her light hair or dark hair? But since the hair is nearby the dress, like I said, I want there to be that contrast that artists are always thinking about. So I made her hair a nice dark brown. And I love the way it looks beside the lighter yellow dress. And for her hat, even though, like I said, contrast is something I'm always thinking about, I made the hat brown as well, but I made sure to make it a lighter brown. That way it doesn't look too similar to the hair color. I was kind of going back and forth about it. I'm like, I don't know, should I make the hat white? Which a white hat would have looked good as well, but I don't know, I wanted to color in the hat, and I decided to make it like a nice light brown. A little bit lighter than the hair color, but also a little bit darker than the skin color, I think. So somewhere in between that. And I added this detail on the hat as well, like I gave it this little striped ribbon, and I'm not too fond of the way it looks right now, so I go in a little bit later and I add some liner to it, and I shaded it with some gray, and I think it pulled it together a little bit more nicely. It didn't make it stand out so much, and it brought out her eyes, I think, as well, just because the blues match. But yeah. And I used that same brown that I had used for the hat in her purse or satchel or whatever you like to call it. I mean, I just like the way satchel sounds. I just think it sounds so nice and proper, so that's why I like to say it. And yeah, I used the same brown. Since it's not close to the hair or her face in any way, it wasn't a problem. And it goes well, like, it goes nicely with the dress. Okay, and now you'll see I'm doing the wedges. I kind of fought a little bit with these colors, just trying to make sure I get the perfect wedge color, but after a little bit I did figure it out. And there you guys have it. There is the finished product. I'm super happy with it. I think it turned out so cute. I just love the really glowy, summery vibes it gives. If you did like this video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and ding that bell to receive notifications. Bye guys!